Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Jesse Jackson III. I'm the best-selling author and facilitator of the Don't Kick 'Em Out book and training series and the lead advisor and consultant for our COVID-19 school reentry process, where we're doing trauma training to better help schools to come back into the environment. First pillar of that training is working with administration, creating a plan and emotional comfort to where folks are comfortable coming back in, and then laying the groundwork to bring staff back in. What we have seen is that there's been so much inconsistency with the COVID-19 process, and we see that there's so much misinformation. What we have found is that as a person who has been still traveling, still training around the nation, I've been in 13 states during the pandemic, so still moving around, being exposed to all of the various processes, obviously protecting my own health and how I go about my business. We've been good at that, but also seeing how everybody else is doing things. And I see some people got a really good grip on it. Some folks don't. So the thing that I believe, as talking to superintendents right now and talking to large school principals, there's issues that have to be addressed. The uncertainty, the anxiety, the misinformation. We still don't know where COVID comes from. We don't know, how to get it. We just know we don't want it. And so now your role and primary role and responsibility is going to be to ease the anxiety. Pillar 1 of your administration. Pillar 2 of your teachers, of the adults that's coming back to work there. Pillar 3 of the parents that's going to send them. Pillar 4 of the kids. And this is why we've said this process is a 15-month process. Right now we're in month 12. Some of my schools have already started, and guess what? They're ahead of the game. They're prepared already. They're able to rest a little bit this month because they already did the work in April and May. They prepared. They have the things they need. They've mentally made some adjustments to get ready for what needs to happen. If you have to understand and what you have to factor in. You cannot continually tell me what the health department said. All the health department can do is give guidelines. Health departments don't run schools. They don't know how to deal with the issues that we are managing on our campus. And here's the thing that I want to drop on you. When we're coming back from COVID, okay, and so the first thing is we're coming back to school this year. So anybody who's thinking we're not going to have school this year and not going to be physically on campus, you're being delusional. You're coming. Civil unrest guaranteed we're having school this year. So they understand, dude, we got to have the schools open because we can't have the kids on the street. So the schools are going to be open. What you have to understand is that many schools already had toxic staffs. They already had situations where they didn't have cooperation. So when in COVID, and particularly in a health environment like we're about to come back into, in a civil unrest environment like we're about to come back into, there has to be zero tolerance for internal conflict. Zero tolerance. And guess what? You can't have that standard unless you train. See, you can't complain about anything you didn't train on. So what I'm saying and what I'm offering is our process is bulletproof because it's fundamental. It deals with the issues that we face in the schools every day, and it looks at COVID's impact on it, the hygiene, right? The legal issues. That's a discussion for our administration, right? You have to have that discussion. Do you have the cleaning supplies? We have the list of things you need to be getting, things you probably maybe haven't even thought of. And then what are the new health protocols that come in the building? What does your front office look like right now? How does that look at the security desk? What are we doing? Do we have the supplies necessary to open school? And have we acknowledged that the anxiety timeline for COVID-19, where August used to be a very energetic month for us and we're happy to get back to school, well, that's not going to be this way. We're going to come off a very tough summer. It's been over 20 plus weeks. Staff hasn't been in the classroom. So there's anxiety and there's a period where we got to work with people. And ladies and gentlemen, that requires training. It's just so wrong of us to just think you could just roll this, let the staff go for the summer, and we've done no work with them, right? We let them come back and clean their stuff out. We've done no work with them. So what the purpose of our program and why we believe our program, well, not we believe, we know it's number one and top tier because it's actually going to attempt to really help you save your school year. What we would like to see folks do, we would like to see folks you have to use the summer. If we're going to have this talk in August, I'm I'm personally not having COVID discussions in August. Everybody who's already in my program, they've been with me since March. And guys, I'm giving folks an opportunity right now. Get in the program in June, and by the cutoff of July, our program looks like this. We have the first course that's for our administration, which breaks down for them the things that you have to cover, the environment you have to set up, the issues you're going to have to address so you can create the environment that a staff feels comfortable coming back. Here's the thing that you have to understand. You cannot be an administrator that says that staff is whining or complaining. What you have to understand is that folks' anxiety, folks' concern about their health is something you have to take very seriously, and that requires a plan. And you can't, I believe it's completely unfair to put, and I believe it's wrong, to put an administrator in a position where they have to make these type of decisions without the expertise of understanding how to plug all holes. Once again, the health department and all of the things you've been listening to and going to, guys, they can give you guidelines, and we're going to follow the guidelines we're given just like you, but they cannot tell you how to run a school and help the people. That's why this course is the best. It's going to help you solve a lot of these things. And there's everybody who comes to this course is going to come out with a blueprint, and the staff's going to come out with a little bit better understanding of how things look and what you need to do in the fall. It is a virtual course right now. We've been forced to do it virtually because some schools are just not open or whatever, and the demand. Okay, and so what we're doing is we're just scheduling and getting folks in. So it is a virtual course. It is 2 to 3 hours. What we like to do is there's a different cost for individual schools and different costs for districts. With a district, we like to break it up in administration, the secondary department, and the elementary department. Some are a little bigger than that. There's a different cost band for that. But the goal of what we're trying to do is to address the needs properly, and what we understand is that you need some time to kind of work on folks. It's a very interactive course. I like to hear from the people. I like to hear the concerns that are on their mind, and we like to address them. Guys, this is what I'm saying. I got my program from the people. I got my program from being out of my office. I didn't get my program for somebody sending guidelines down from the CDC. The CDC does not run schools, and the CDC has not been in a school. I have. I know exactly how this stuff is looking. I know what some people that are doing that is going to work, and I know what some folks that are doing is just way off. That's the type of discussion you have to have in order to be successful in a very precedent. This is a new precedent, and so the purpose of this course is to prepare you, and it will do that. Please take advantage of this opportunity. We will be registering for our COVID-19 training program through the end of June. Working as hard as we can to get it, whoever we can, who we can physically and who we feel is a good fit, and we can get you in before the end of the middle of July. It is so important that you get this, and the key is for your administration. If you can get it for you, the admin has to have the guidance on what to do. That's what this course will do. It's the base. Listen, if you find a course that's better than this, please let me know. I will steer all my business to that course because all I want is health and safety, and I don't want to see my coworkers get in a position where they've been set up to fail. And that's what's happened with this thing. We didn't set this thing up right. And what we have right now is a lot of principals who don't feel they're in a prepared state, and there's about to be some serious problems in districts. There's going to be some major conflict. What we said was COVID requires a campus by campus approach. That requires school leaders to be more prepared than ever before. And that's the purpose of our course. Listen, register for it today, and I'm looking forward to working with you soon.